So we're at Mallows Bay, which was just recently designated as a National Marine Sanctuary. And what's special about this place is that it contains over 200 ships that were sunk here. And one reason they focused on this place is because it's the largest collection of shipwrecks in the Western Hemisphere. And 100 of those ships is known as the Ghost Fleet. In World War I, there was a big effort by the United States to build a fleet of ships that would help them win the war. So at 40 ports around the country, they built these wooden steamships, which were the technology of the day. Unfortunately, those boats were all finished after the war was completed. Now, if you look at an aerial photograph of this area, you can see just one ship after another next to each other, creating this intricate array of reefs in this river and in this bay. You can see this ship in front of us. It's the only metal ship here, but that's an old ferry, and that used to ferry people from the eastern shore of Virginia across to Norfolk. And this is a tidally influenced river and bay, so as the tide goes out, the ships come up. And it's a great experience to kayak around these ships, to see the wildlife, to learn about the history, and get some exercise. What you're looking at in front of us is the hull of an old ship, one of these steamships. And that piece of stone sticking out there was originally in the bottom or the hull of the ship, and it was balancing the ship.
We noticed a lot of them are like floating flower pots. They're full of vegetation, and it's tremendous for the environment. They're actually cleaning the water, they're providing habitat, they're actually helping with climate change.
Because it's underwater, it doesn't receive as much oxygen, and so the decay rate is a lot slower. It's also salt water, which further reduces the rate of decay.
We have nothing from World War I. I mean, really nothing left, and that's why this is so important. It's the largest collection of World War I vessels, and the fact that they were built for one purpose. They never told the poor guys who were going to serve on it that they expected a lot of them to be expendable. They were just figuring if they built 1,000 of them and 600 made it across, then they could get bundles to our allies. They didn't tell these guys that you're, which I think they all know when they sign up, that by the way, you are government property and you are expendable. But you know, when you think about it that way, that's why these ships were built so quickly and so cheaply, is that they largely looked at, if we build enough of them, the U-boats won't get them all. So it's a bit scary in that regard, but this is the only place you can see the size of these vessels and the size of the collection, and the fact that they are a cross-section of a different number of designs. It is like one big museum.